There we
That
go.
was me. That was my bad. Coach, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Hey, no problem, man.
Coach, what we always like to do, start off with all of our teams, we always like to start off with a sort of meet the team segment. And with this being Garfield's first baseball season under YSN, I think this is a perfect time to do so. So shout out those returners you got coming on to the team this year and some new faces we'll be seeing in G-Men baseball.
I got about a few 4-year starters that's been starting for me since they were freshmen. A couple of these kids in this class, the senior class, they've been playing, as a freshman and really have done well. Anthony Dema's coming back. He plays center field. You guys know him from football. He was an all-league kid last year, first team. Was the second in average on the team. They led the team in RBIs. He'll man down center field. Eric Geddes was a first-team kid. He's a sophomore. He was a freshman last year. He led the team in average and runs last year. We have Brody Swagonski. He's a 4-year starter for me. He'll play shortstop, pitch, third base. Caden Spade was a first-team pitcher last year. He's a 4-year starter. He's a senior as well. And then we have some other younger guys like Vinny Grandizio. He's been starting. This is his third year. He started as a freshman. He's coming back. Lenny Vecchia got some time on the mound. He'll play first base, third base, and he's coming back as well. So we got like a nice core of experienced kids that are coming back that, I'm excited about.
Coach, like football and basketball, this is kind of our first year that we get to kind of know these athletes and know these teams in Garfield. Give us kind of an idea of what the identity of Garfield baseball is and what the personality of this team in the locker room is.
We try to have fun. We got a lot of kids that just like being around each other, especially this year. We've been one pretty cohesive unit, and they like to have fun, and they want to win games, but they want to have fun while they're doing it. And they look to come into, work hard, have fun, be together, be as one. Last year we had a little rough patch with some of the, some of the runs that, a couple losses here and there, and stuff kind of went and hit the fan. But then this year we've all been together, and that's the big thing they want to focus on is the family outcome. I always stress to every team that I coach that, this is a family. We're a family. We're with each other as much as I am, probably more than I am with my own kids and stuff like that. So we try to stress the family, and we stress, trying to win games and having as much fun as possible. So we got some goofballs on our team. Baseball, there's a lot of, guys that like to have fun goofballs. But when it's time to play, they'll strap in and get ready to go.
Coach, I don't know if you've had kind of time to look ahead at your conference this year, the conference that you guys jumped in with, the MVAC. But if you have, what teams are exciting for you, and what is your outlook of going into this MVAC great tier this season?
Well, we just want to compete and win as much as we can and try to compete for a league title. That's no matter what, that's every year our goal. I know we have a rough stretch right at the start. The second week we play LaBrae, who was successful last year. 2 games on a Monday, Tuesday, and then that same week, Newton Falls. We play them on a Thursday, Friday, and then we follow the next Monday, Tuesday with Champion. So that's 6 league games in a week, and those 3 are when I'm coming into this league. Everyone's talking about those 3 teams, and those should be the 3 teams to beat, especially Champion, and then LaBrae, and then Newton Falls. I guess has 2, stud pitchers, and one of them is really getting looked at to play baseball at the next level. Can really hit. There's stuff all over Twitter, all over about them hitting home runs and stuff like that. So it's excited to go against those guys. This is a new league. So we played Champion last year. We had a nice game against them, actually. We played really well last year in that game, probably our best game that we played all year. So we know kind of what they have, and they have a lot of good kids. And I don't know as much about some of the other teams, but I know those 3 are what everyone talks about.
Coach, talk about this Garfield community, how much they like baseball, how much they support you guys, and what it means to you personally to coach for Garrettsville Garfield.
I always wanted to be a head coach. And to be honest with you, I went to Hiram College and wanted to play both football and baseball. And I got to start as a freshman and on the football team. So I actually went the football route, and I came and I missed the game of baseball. So when I came here, I was under a good coach as a JV coach under Bo Norton. Very successful guy, and there's a lot of straight baseball people in Garrettsville. So the same people that you see at the young level, they're going to be supporting you all the way through. And it's great to see that. So I'm excited about that. And you'll see people at the games a lot. And it's not like a basketball game or a football game where you get crazy attendance or anything. But, you always have those same parents that are always there and will always be there no matter what. And it's just great to see that. And I just look forward to more support this year as we enter this new league.
Talking about the league, we talked about your conference games, but let's highlight some of the non-conference games you guys were able to schedule. Which ones are you particularly excited for to get this team up against and get their feet wet against?
Well, we start with Streetsboro, and they're always pretty darn good as well. We try to get them every year. That's one of the reoccurring games that we play. So we start with them. Hopefully we get that in, but it's not looking good for Monday. But we play them as a non-league. We played Berkshire as a non-league. They went pretty far last year, I think regional finals. And lost in extra innings. So that's always a good game that we get in with them. We scheduled West Branch this year, which is new. Don't know much about them other than they're always good. So, and I know they have a great, beautiful field, and we look forward to that. And now, I scheduled Mogadore. We scheduled Mogadore and Southeast. That was old league opponents. So I'm excited about playing those guys because, we've been playing them for years. And then we always do this pretty cool thing where we go down to Springfield Local. That's where I'm from. I graduated from Springfield Local in 2004. So we do this cool thing where we go down there and we play them a game, and then they always have another team. This year it's Carrollton. I don't know much about Carrollton, but they'll be there. So we'll play Springfield, and Carrollton has this nice doubleheader, which is pretty cool. And then we always try to get games in Niles at the Eastwood Field. So we play Crestwood, actually the team down the road. We play them down at Niles this year. So I'm excited about that as well.
Coach, we know that the head coaches get all the praise, they get all the interviews, they get all the limelight, but they can't do it alone. So I want you to kind of give a shout out to your assistants, your staff, and the people that make this Garfield program kind of run the way it does.
Oh, Randy Ward, he's my assistant coach. He's been with me for a number of years now. Without him, we wouldn't even have a season. We wouldn't be on the field. I mean, he so much time he puts into the field and working on the field and getting it ready. I mean, I'll go up there and check on my planning period because I'm a teacher. So I'll go up there in my planning period and he's up there working on the field and getting off of work somehow and being able to work on it. And there's no chance we're going to play, but he's like, I'll get it ready. And he always says it, I'll get it ready. It'll be ready. We'll have it ready to go. So he works countless hours on that field. I mean, John Dema is another guy. Anthony Dema's dad he's worked so much on the field so that we could get games in. That's great. Howard Moore has been volunteering. He's essentially my bench coach. He's in there with all the guys, and the rapport he has with the players is always great. And I just always like to thank all the parents because it's so baseball is such a hectic season. So I like to thank all the parents and maybe not name them all, but I appreciate all of them, and I appreciate the administration for always supporting us. So, but without Randy Ward, I mean, he coaches football with me. We both coach football on the football staff, and in the time that he devotes to this, the program wouldn't be where it's at without him.
Coach, one of my final questions I just have for you, looking at your coaching style and just the way that you coach, I mean, coaching obviously goes beyond the X's and O's. And I think being a teacher gives you that unique perspective because you see the student side as well as the athlete side. So looking at that, what are some of those life lessons, or how do you try to relate your coaching style to life to where these kids can take your coaching lessons beyond the sport of baseball and into their actual lives?
When I took over the program, they interviewed me in the Record Courier. The biggest thing I always wanted to focus on is making the players better people. And I'm not saying that they're bad people, and I'm not saying that they have bad morals or anything like that. What I'm saying is I just want them to be, a great person, as good as a person as you can be in the classroom, around your parents, around your brothers and sisters, around children, anything like that. And really, and it's not necessarily like the coaching style or anything like that. It's just, I just want them to, if they leave here and maybe we don't win as many games as we want, but they had fun, they were successful, and they're a little bit of a better person, or they understand situations a little bit better. And they understand when things get tough, how to handle it, or they understand, all challenges that you'll have, and they can work through it, and they're a better person because of it, then I did my job. And that's really what I stress ever since I've been here. and it's challenging to do that. And there's always bad, there's ups and downs in every season. And I don't always, have all the answers or anything like that. That definitely isn't what I'm trying to say. I just want them to be able to battle through adversity. And if they can do that and become a better person because of that, then I did my job.
Coach, I want you to shout out your first game, shout out the community, give them a call to action to get out there and support you guys. When's your first home game, and what's it looking like on the schedule?
So our first home game will be against Liberty. It's a league game. It's a new opponent. We haven't played them. We played them a long time ago in the playoffs one of the years, but it's home March 30th. And if we can, not necessarily pack the house, but get some crowd there, some fans cheering, first time in the MVAC, maybe send a message to the rest of them. That would be great.
Coach, we obviously wish you the best of luck this season, as we are so eagerly waiting and excited to see what Garfield has to offer in this MVAC, as we know it's going to be a wild ride. And hey, who knows, by the next time we're talking to you, we might be talking about you guys fighting for a conference crown and maybe even more than that.
I hope you're right.
All righty, Coach. We'll be talking to you again real soon. Thank you for your time.
You got it. Thank you.